Hey, everyone. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Really excited to be with you guys today. I'm going to share my screen and get this shared into the Facebook community, Instagram. We're on TikTok right now. So let me know in the comments that you're here, where you're watching from. And today we're really going to dive in. I'm telling you, this training is, this is pretty powerful. Okay. What I'm going to teach you today is pretty powerful. So I really hope that you're plugged in and you're connected and you're ready to take notes, because let's just say you're going to want to take notes today. Okay. I got a lot here for you. So if you're watching on TikTok, I'm doing my best so that you guys can see the screen as well. But all of the replays for my trainings live inside my Facebook community. So if you're not in my Facebook community, definitely hop in there, because you are going to want to watch the replay on this one. I'm telling you, I'm giving you so much information. And there's over 2.5 years worth of trainings in there for you. Okay. So it's really important that, if you have a topic in your business that you're struggling with, something that you need more guidance on, whether it be ideal client, content, you name it, I've probably got a training in there on it. So you can find, if you're on TikTok, you can find that link to join the Facebook community inside my stand store. Okay. So under Fave Tools and Resources, you can find that. I'm going to move this to the other screen. So we are live everywhere. So today we're going to talk about maximizing your offer, how to monetize in 9 different ways. Okay. And I'm going to be real with you. If you pay attention to this training today and you really are staying plugged in and you're here to learn and you've got an open mind, honestly, you could probably come up with way more than 9 ways. Okay. Way more than 9 ways. But my goal today is to teach you 9 ways to maximize your offer. And I first want to start with, why this doesn't work for most people. Because if you've been in this space for longer than, a month or 2, more than likely you have more than one offer, or maybe more than one company you're an affiliate for, and it's not working. It's not clicking. And so my goal today is to show you why it's not working, why it's not clicking for you. And then, of course, teach you what you need to do to fix it. All right. So let me know that you're here, that you're watching, where you're watching from. One more really quick disclaimer. If you're on TikTok, all throughout the presentation, when I do my weekly live trainings on Wednesdays, I always give you like a free resource or things you can plug into that will help you implement what I'm teaching you even more. Unfortunately, TikTok does not allow DM automation or links just yet. So if I give you a call to action of a keyword to get a resource, you will have to go to IG or Facebook to grab it. If it's something that's available in my stand store, I'll let you know. But I always have, when at the end, I come to answer everyone's questions, I always have a ton of comment words in TikTok comments. And unfortunately, I cannot send you all of these in the links. Okay. I can't send you the links in the DMs, and not all of my free resources are available in my stand store, because if so, I would have thousands of things in my stand store. All right. So we're going to dive right into this. Really excited, like I said, to plug in with you guys today. I do like to take just a second to explain who I am. My audience is growing every day. We've got new people here every day. And one of the things I find is that they're always looking for a hack or something new, right? And my goal as someone who's been in business for 2.5 years now is not to bring you any new information, because let's be honest, you're already overwhelmed with the amount of information you have. Okay, you've already watched a lot of YouTube videos. You've bought thousands of dollars worth of courses. You're watching everyone's free trainings, trying to figure out what is the next step for your business, what you need to do for your business. And all it's doing is causing you overwhelm. So I'm not here to teach you hacks. I'm not here to teach you, ways to trick the algorithm. I'm here to teach you marketing principles and buyer psychology for sales. All right. So I'm not a sales expert. I'm a mom who really likes her freedom and likes to work in sweatshirts. If you can't tell, if you're new here. But when I left my job in June of 2022, I was clueless on the entrepreneur side. I did digital marketing in corporate, and I had some experience with marketing. I've got formal education in marketing plus experience there. But being an entrepreneur is a completely different thing. You can be a really good marketing executive or marketing employee and be a terrible entrepreneur. All right. And flip that around as well. You could be a really good entrepreneur and bad at marketing. So depending on what you started your business in or why you started your business, more than likely, you didn't start to be a marketer. You started to solve whatever problem for people you're solving. So I'm not a sales expert, but I did find that my content was the golden ticket before putting, to making sales. And before putting systems in my business, I was the system. So I was struggling to get that time freedom that I started for, right? I was hustling and grinding and constantly making new content, and I was burning out very quickly. So again, I like to make the disclaimer, I'm not here to teach you something new. Now, people will go through these trainings and have some aha moments and say, oh my God, that's a great idea. But more or less, it's really just about teaching you how to implement what you already know, because you probably have a ton of information that you've learned in the last year, however long you've been in business, but you're not taking action on it. Okay. So that's why I say get notes out, get ready to take some notes today, get ready to, come back and watch this replay, because my goal is always to give you ways to put it into action. All right. So we're going to dive right into this. So let's first talk about why more revenue streams matter. And the obvious here is more money for you, right? That's the obvious. Multiple streams of income. We've talked about that. If you've been on social media at all in the last 2 or 3 years, you've heard it over and over and over. Multiple streams of income, right? And a lot of online marketers or people in this space have multiple streams, but they don't know how to monetize them without confusing their audience, without having overwhelm for themselves. And they don't know how to thread them together to where if someone comes into one stream, how do you sell them into all of the other streams, right? So other than just having more money, relying on one income stream is risky. Things can go out of business. If you are an affiliate marketer, maybe you're in network marketing, you've partnered with a company, they can go out of business. Network marketing companies are going out of business left and right now. I don't know what's happening in that space, but every day a company is shutting down. So it's risky, right? It's also risky because I will be very honest with you, and a lot of my audience, I've heard this time and time again, they're at a point in their business where they either are ready to pivot. Maybe they started by selling courses and they realize that's not really what they want to do. They want to do something different. So relying on one income stream is just risky in general, because you could be putting in a lot of effort, a lot of time, and then come to a point where you're like, I just don't enjoy this anymore, right? And then you start from scratch, or I like to say start with experience. Multiple revenue streams keep your brand strong. So another thing here is looking at, the longevity of your business. If you sell one thing, you have one course that you're selling and you sell it, let's say you sell it 1,000 times. Now, obviously there's billions of people in the world and you can bring new people into the world every single day. But that customer that came in and bought from you, what's next for them, right? Are they no longer a customer of yours? How do you keep them connected with your brand? How do you keep them engaged, right? And then, of course, offering variety keeps, again, your customers engaged and loyal. So if you sell them a course and they get value out of it and they get results with it, they're going to look for what's next for you. And it's cheaper, and I'll say this probably 8 times today, it's cheaper to keep a customer than it is to acquire a new one. So not only is it setting your business up for success, for longevity, sustainability, your income, your revenue for longevity and sustainability, but it's also helping your customers achieve more success. All right. So let's dive into this really quick, just disclosure for you guys. I actually have a socially awesome podcast episode coming out about this next week as well. So I like to just let you know, I do have a podcast. If you aren't already subscribed to the podcast, you can, if you're on IG or Facebook, you can drop podcast in the comments and we'll get you the link. Or you can just search on whatever platform. But the podcast is available on Spotify, Google, Amazon, Apple. You just can search for it. But next Tuesday, every Tuesday at 8 a.m., we have a new episode. And next week's episode is actually around this topic as well. So I dive into it just a little bit differently. And all of our podcast episodes, for those of you that have never listened to them, are, I say 10 minutes or less in the intro, but they're more like 12 minutes or less. But ultimately, they're bite-sized. So there's something you can listen to on the go, on your way to work, on your walk, whatever. But if this is a topic that you are really interested in, definitely make sure you're subscribed to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Okay. So misbelief. There is a lot of misbeliefs around this topic. So I have seen multiple business coaches talk about this in their social media and their reels and their content, that having too many offers can overwhelm your audience. And they're not wrong, but there's nuances to this, right? There's no one size fits all for anything. And usually we know when we're looking at hooks or social media content, it's like one bite-sized piece of the story. Okay. So having multiple offers will not overwhelm your audience if you do it correctly. A lot of people that have multiple offers aren't doing it correctly. They're not clear. Their audience doesn't know what each offer's purpose is. And so that's why they're not seeing results with it. Okay. So expanding your offer variety can make your brand more relatable, more versatile, as long as each offer is very clear and serves a specific purpose. Okay. And I'm going to give you, like I said, very direct examples about this today. But what you want to avoid doing is having multiple offers that do the same thing. So if you're someone that has 5 different MRR courses and they're all teaching the same thing, bad idea. Okay, bad idea. If you're someone who's an affiliate marketer and you're affiliating for 8 health and wellness companies and they all sell the same supplements, bad idea. Because you're confusing your audience. They don't know what's the difference. They don't know which one to choose. They don't know what purpose each one is. Okay, so when you get really clear on what each offer is, this can be done very successfully and it can set your business up for longevity. So if you're ready to break free from that mindset of, I want to maximize my offers, I don't want to overwhelm my audience, I want you to drop ready in the comments. I want you to claim it today. Okay. I'm going to give you a lot of call to actions throughout this presentation because I have, let's see, by the time we have replays, because most people catch these on replays. I realize it's like middle of the workday for a lot of people. I have hundreds of views on these videos every single week. Okay. Every Wednesday at noon CST, I go live. I've been doing that for almost 2.5 years. Hundreds every week that watch these trainings, and probably like 3% maybe take action on what they're learning. And I give thousands of dollars of values in these presentations. I don't hold back. Okay. This isn't like me trying to get you to, I don't know. This ain't clickbait. Okay. This is not clickbait. This is me teaching and coaching. And so if you really want to learn how to do this, I want you to claim it. I want you to comment ready, because if you don't take action on what you're learning in these trainings, it does you no good. And you just wasted an hour of your time watching it. All right. So I want you to claim it. When we're looking at this though, I'm going to give you good examples. I'm going to give you bad examples. Okay. And I kind of touched on this a little bit before, but a good example is maybe a fitness coach who offers separate programs, one for beginners, one for intermediate, one for advanced, right? Each program is clearly defined by the level of their fitness. Maybe they've never worked out. Maybe they've worked out a little bit, but they're ready to implement weights. Maybe they work out every single day, but they're looking for guidance on how to get better results, right? So each level is clearly defined. And why that's important is because your customers have to self-identify with your offer to purchase. Okay. If not, then you're trying to convince them to buy. And when you're trying to convince them to buy, that's when you feel salesy. That's when you feel icky. That's when you start losing trust. But when your customers can look at your offers and say, that's for me, then selling becomes so much easier. Okay. So rather than her having 3 different programs and they're all one size fits all, she has 3 different programs very specific to where they are in their journey. And we'll talk about this a little bit more, but the beauty of this is that ideal client, her ideal client is the same person. They're just at different places in their journey. So maybe she targets women in their 40s, right? So you might have a woman in her 40s who's never gone to the gym, never had a fitness routine. She's a beginner. You might have a woman in her 40s that maybe it's been a couple years since she's been at the gym, but she's pretty knowledgeable. She's kind of intermediate. And then maybe you have that woman in her 40s who's up on stage doing fitness competitions, right? Advanced. It's the same ideal client. They're just at different stages in their journey. And if you were in my social success challenge, I want to hear in the comments, because we walk through your buyer's journey and where they are, what those different steps are. And in order to be a good marketer, in order to have a long-term sustainable business, you have to know your buyer's journey. If not, if you don't, you're going to constantly be creating new offers and new content and buying new courses so you can make more courses and make more offers. And you're going to constantly live in that cycle of launching and launching and launching and launching. And that's exhausting. Okay. A bad example would be maybe a wellness brand that has multiple offers, but markets them all as a weight loss program. I got 8 different weight loss programs, right? And we don't clarify the differences. That's going to lead to customer confusion about what program is right for their specific goals. Your customers have to self-identify with your offers. They have to be able to look at your content, look at your sales pages, look at your emails and say, that is the one that is for me. But right now, if you're selling 5 different courses and they're all teaching you how to make money online, your customers can't look at it and say, that one's for me, right? They're looking at it going, I don't know which one's best. And that's why you're having so many DMs from people that are, they have objections, or they don't want to spend the money, or they're not sure if it's for them. That's why you got so many people that are opting in, but they're not buying because they're confused. You have to be clear in your offers. So another example, I want to give you I have several examples here of my stuff as well, because I think it's very easy for me to sit up here and preach and teach, but I want to show you examples of how I put this into my business so you could see. So one example would be my PLR product shop. So for those of you that don't know, I have a PLR product shop. It is full of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of PLR templates and captions and reels, and most of them you can buy and resell if that's some PLR, right? If that's something that you choose to do. But I have programs, I have mentorship programs. I also have courses, but I don't promote my PLR product shop as my main offer, right? So you're going to learn today how you can monetize in 9 different ways. Some of those will be offers that you promote, and some of those are what we're going to call threaded offers. Okay, they're threaded into they're like things that assist your customers on their journey, right? So my PLR product shop has hundreds of templates, but I don't make TikToks or reels or whatever every day going, I have a template you can buy and resell, because that's not what my client wants, right? My ideal client already has a business. They are maybe, some of them, depending on where they are in their journey, aren't making any sales. Some are making some sales, but they're hustling tooth and nail for them and they're exhausted. And then I have one-on-one clients that are making bank and they just want accountability. So it really just depends on where they are in their journey. But for my PLR product shop, that's an offer of mine, and I make money from it every single day. And the reason for that is because I thread it into my other offers. We know sometimes it's just easier to have a template, right? Anybody? Let me know in the comments. I love a template. Like, please just show me how to do it, right? So if someone comes into my club and says, I don't have a lead magnet, I'm going to say, okay, we need to get a lead magnet going immediately so you can get some lead gen. Let's talk about topics. Okay, we get a good topic. And then I'm like, look, if you want to save a couple hours on design, my PLR product shop actually has templates. You can grab a template for like $17, redesign it with all of your information, and boom, plug it in, right? So it's an assistance to my students. It's not my main offer. And that's where people cause confusion, is when they think that every single thing that they sell is a main offer. They're talking to 8 different people, and that's why no one's buying. So I have tons of offers. You probably have tons of offers that they're threaded into your signature offers. And that's where you have to do the work to decide what product are you going to lead with, and or what service are you going to lead with, and what offers are going to be threaded in. Okay. So again, the top 3 mistakes I see people making when they're trying to monetize in multiple different ways, multiple streams of income. There's no clear distinction between offers. So we've kind of hit this, we beat a dead horse a little bit with this, but when every single offer sounds similar or doesn't have some sort of unique selling point, your customers are getting confused. So when they go to your link, they go to your stand store and they see you've got 8 different courses and they're all about content strategy or content creation, they don't know which one. There's no clear distinction. Second big mistake is lack of consistent messaging. So if your brand message isn't aligned across all your offers, it's diluting your brand identity. It's leading to mixed messages for your audience. So what I mean by this, let me take this down a level and clarify. If your offers are for different people, your brand message is all over the map, right? So if you go out and you have this course, you're selling this course that teaches people how to become an Amazon influencer, right? And then you've got another course that's teaching people how to start a drop shipping business. And then you've got another course that's teaching people how to, start a health coaching business. You got too many different ideal clients. They're not the same person. They're not the same person. When you're monetizing in multiple ways with multiple offers, they need to all be for the same person, just in different stages of their buyer's journey. Okay. And the third mistake is spreading yourself too thin, right? This is something, and again, I'm going to show you these 9 different ideas today, but please know, don't go try to create all 9 tomorrow. Okay. These need to be introduced one at a time. Okay. And if you're trying to promote them all at one time, you're just going to overwhelm people with half-hearted launches and they're going to underperform. Right. And trust me when I say this, I've made these mistakes. All right. So I'm not up here on my high horse saying you're doing all these things wrong. I'm telling you, this is from experience. I have over promoted. I have promoted too many things at one time. I have, sent too many emails in one week. Like, I've made all the mistakes. And spreading yourself too thin, always living in launch mode, always living in promo mode, it's just going to overwhelm you and your audience. So when we look at this, again, selling multiple products is the same thing. Now, there's nuances to everything, all right? Everything I teach you, there's a gray area. It just is. Life is not black and white, all right? But when you're doing this, if you're selling multiple products that do the same thing, you have to make sure on your sales pages and on your, social media and any way that you're promoting it, it's very clear at what's different about them. Okay, what's different about them. So maybe you sell 3 different courses and they all teach people how to create content. What's different about them? Maybe this one teaches you specifically how to create faceless content. This one teaches you specifically how to create content for YouTube. This one teaches you specifically how to create content for Instagram. Whatever that is, you have to be extremely clear about what's different. Because if they all look the same, your customer is going to go to your sales page and they're going to say, I don't know which one's for me, and they're going to jump right off. Okay. All of your offers for different audiences is losing authority. Think about this. If you go to, let's say you need a surgery, right? Let's say you need ankle surgery. You got a broken bone. You're not going to go to a surgeon that says, well, I operate on ankles and backs and necks and fingers. You're going to be like, what? How can you be good at all of those things? I don't trust you, right? Same thing with your content. All of your offers have to be for the same person. If they're meant for different people, different audiences, you're losing authority. How can you be an expert in everything? You can't. You can't. So you're losing authority because you're speaking to 8 different people because you have 8 different offers meant for 8 different people. And I'm going to put this in here, and this was not part of my plan, but I'm going to say it. A lot of you know this. You know that you're making this mistake, but your money mindset is so bad that you can't let go of something. And what I mean by that is you bought this course a couple months ago with the intentions on promoting it and reselling it. And you know it's not for your ideal client. Maybe you haven't even gone through the whole course. Maybe you haven't even seen a result. But you are refused to take it out of your Stan store, or you refuse to take it out of your link in bio because you're like, I spent money on it and I have to sell it. You got to let that shit go. All right. You got to let it go. If you know you're making these mistakes and you are refusing to fix them because of money you spent, that money's not coming back. All right. It's not coming back. Okay. And you're holding your business back. You're holding yourself back because of money you spent 6 months ago. And again, I tell you this from experience. I did the same thing. I created that course. I'm not taking it out of my Stan store. I'm leaving it, even though I knew no one was buying it. My audience wasn't interested in it, right? So you have to do what's best for the longevity of your business and stop letting money get in the way of that. All right. And the third mistake, again, over promoting and not using a strategy. So if your Instagram stories have 5 different courses for sale in there today, you're doing it wrong. You're causing overwhelm. People don't know. You're promoting too many things at once. Okay. And this is why it's really important for you to have strategy and have a launch plan. And that's why my students in the club, in the academy, in December, we are actually doing planning for 2025. So how to plan your promotions for the whole year. You need to know that, because if not, you end up promoting everything at one time. And then again, confusion, you look salesy, you lose trust. So you need to have a plan of, okay, these 6 weeks I'm promoting this, these 6 weeks I'm promoting this. That doesn't mean you won't make sales from the other offers, because if they're available in your store, on your website, what you're connecting them, you're threading them together, then you'll still get sales on the ones even when they're not in promotion mode. Okay. But if you're promoting everything at one time, it's too much. So the top 3 benefits of executing this strategy: enhancing your customer loyalty and engagement. Okay. So again, cheaper to keep a customer than acquire a new one. So if someone jumped into my Slay Your Business Intensive and they got value out of it and they liked it and they were like, yes, this is for me. Well, that was very specific to planning your holiday content strategy. So they're going to come back and say, hey, this was amazing. How can I work with you in January when the holidays is over, right? Cheaper to keep a customer than acquire a new one. You're expanding your reach and your audience appeal. So you're bringing in your ideal client at different stages in their journey. So again, if you only have one course for sale, once that person's bought it, if they don't have anything else, they're gone, right? But you can also bring new people in. So I have a ton of people in my audience. Like I wish I knew the number. There's no way to know, because I got 70-something thousand on TikTok now. Probably half of those people are with Legacy Builder, half of them. And I don't know how. Somebody said maybe I look like someone else in that program. I don't know. But probably over half my TikTok audience is in that program. And I don't know a lot about that program, only what my students have told me. But for me, if I was selling that too, those people wouldn't work with me. They wouldn't need to work with me. They already have it, right? But instead, I could bring my ideal client in at different stages. So maybe they're in that program, they've got value out of it, but they're looking for a little more help on introducing a new offer. They're looking for a little more help on their content, maybe their automation, whatever that looks like, right? This actually happened with Roadmap as well. So when I first started promoting Roadmap, what was that, August of 2023, I had a ton of people that had already purchased Roadmap from someone else, but they ended up joining my programs because they wanted more help with content. So I expanded my reach, right? I still brought my ideal client in, but they were at a different stage in their journey. And then better results for your customers, which AKA means more money for you, and good testimonials, which makes more money for you, but it's also a bigger impact. So if someone comes in, I'll give you an example of this. Someone comes into let's say my branding course, and they go through everything and they're like, okay, I've got a plan. I got all my social media branded. I'm so excited, but I'm really struggling with getting my content planned, or I'm really struggling with keeping my business organized. Then I can say, hey, I actually have a 6-figure business binder Trello board, exactly what I've used to keep my business organized. I'll get you the link to that, right? So it's getting them a better result. They know if they don't get organized, then shit's going to hit the fan and they're not going to get their content out, right? So it's, again, helping your customers get a better result. So before I go any further, I do actually have, and I was not going to introduce this yet, but I figured what the hell. So I did an entire masterclass with like step-by-step examples on how to do this. And I broke it down very clearly in a new masterclass that I was asked to create for an upcoming virtual summit. And so I'm going to give that to you guys for free. You will have to DM me on IG to get it. Okay. Don't do it now. I'll remind you at the end of today's training. And some of you are going to laugh at banana. So I got to come up with craftier comment words, because I like to use like words. Normally I would say DM me income. But then I get DMs from people that are like, hey, my income's not where it wants to be. And it starts shooting off triggers left and right. So I'm going to have to start using some crazy keywords. But I'll remind you when we're done with today. But I have a brand new masterclass. It's free. It's complimentary. But you will have to DM me on IG to get it. DM me banana. Okay, when we're done. So, but I really walk you through this step by step. Okay. And again, really excited. I got asked, I did training on this at a summit 2 years ago. And so many people liked it that they asked me to do it again. So I did an updated training, and I'm going to give that to you guys complimentary as well. All right. All right. So understanding buyer psychology. So I talk about this a lot with my students, my programs, but your job as a marketer is to make an identity shift with your customer. Okay. Again, I said this a little bit earlier, but they have to self-identify. They have to be able to look at your content, look at your sales pages, look at your offers and say, that's for me. So customers buy based on perceived value, not just the cost. So the reason this is important is when you have multiple offers and you're like, oh, you can get this one for only $97. You can get this one. This one's on sale this week. They don't care about that. Okay. They buy on perceived value. And so when you're really clear and specific on what your offer does for them, what that transformation is, when you can take all of your different offers and be really clear on them, then they're going to buy the one that is connected to them the most, not just the cheapest. Okay. And I'm telling you, I have people all the time, this happens. They could easily say, well, I'll just get in your club because it's cheaper than a one-on-one call. I have people book one-on-one calls left and right because it's about perceived value. They're like, you know what? I don't want cookie cutter. Not that my club's cookie cutter at all, but they're like, I want personalized guidance. I want you to look at my business and tell me exactly what I'm doing wrong. So I'll pay for the one-on-one. So stop thinking that, oh, this course is cheaper. I'm gonna start selling this one. That has nothing to do with it. Okay. How can we make the purchase easier and more accessible? So when you're looking at this as a whole, how can you thread your offers together? I'll give you an example of this. So in my social success challenge we just did, right? One of the days we talked about automation and looking at how we can automate things in our business. And I referenced ManyChat. I referenced repurpose.io, like several of the softwares that I use. And I inserted my affiliate links. My customers aren't surprised. My students aren't surprised. They know very clearly, have a little disclaimer that says these may be affiliate links. But it also benefits them to use my affiliate links because it often gives them a free trial or maybe additional credits or something like that. So when you're looking at your offers, how can you thread those together, right? Maybe someone jumps into my Powerhouse Productivity Workshop course, and I have a little module in there that says, hey, if you need to get your shit together, you need to get your business organized, check out the 6-figure business binder, right? I'm making it easier for them to say yes and also for them to get a better result. And then people purchase from brands they feel connected to. This should not be a surprise to you. So again, when you're thinking about putting these offers together and connecting them, you need to make sure that it's beneficial for your ideal client and that they understand you are offering this to them because it's going to get them a better result, not just because it's going to make you an extra $20, right? So making sure it's a no-brainer and how you convey that to them. So it really is about what your customers want and why they buy. And until you understand that, sales are going to be very hard for you. Because I'm going to tell you again from experience, I have created some bomb workshops, some bomb masterclasses, like talking about thousands of dollars worth of value, taking all of my years of marketing experience and putting them into a mini course for people. And my customers aren't interested. They're like, I really don't want to know all the marketing jargon. I just want to know how to get a result. And so I would spend hours creating these, days sometimes, and they didn't buy them. They didn't buy it. So you have to know what your customer wants, not what you want. And until you figure that out, sales are going to be hard. So I will say this really quick. I'm going to give you a little call to action here. I did drop, if you're on my email list, you should have gotten an email about this yesterday. I did actually see a couple comments in the Facebook community that maybe a few people didn't get the email. So if you didn't, you need to figure out why. But I haven't done this in probably a year. I used to do business audits for $97. I would do a business audit. And you have a form to fill out. You give me your social media. It's very much like a content audit, but the whole business, your workflows, your emails, your automation. Like I look at everything. And I haven't done these in well over a year, mainly because of time. They take me over an hour each. But because I've had so many people that have reached out and been like, I don't know why this is not working, I did drop 5 spots only this week to get a business audit. Okay. And there's 2 left. 3 people claimed them yesterday from my email and my IG stories. So if that is something you're interested in, if you're on IG or Facebook, you can drop help and I'll get you the link to snag that. If you're on TikTok, DM me the word help on IG and I'll get you the link to snag that as well. But if you've ever just wanted someone to look at your business and tell you why it's not working, this is your chance. Okay. This is your chance. So I just wanted to mention that because I know a lot of you, before we get into the examples here, a lot of you are already doing what I'm about to tell you, but you're doing it wrong and you can't figure out why. All right. So these are not in my stand store. The only way you can get this is by DM. And that's because there's only 5 spots. And actually there's only 2 left. So, all right. Your offer is more than your product. So as we move into examples, you really have to think about this as an experience. So I'm going to challenge you today as we go through these examples to let your creativity flow and think about the experience your customers should have. Okay. So each offer transforms your customer journey. All right. So they get in my content, maybe they got into my revenue masterclass. They're like, okay, this is awesome. Now I know I need more help with, speaking to my ideal client. So then they get in my club and they're like, okay, this is really awesome. I've got this down. Now I'm ready to scale. So they get in the academy. So it's transforming their journey. It's the same customer transforming their journey. And it's creating memorable experiences for them, not just sales. Okay. And I got the little Starbucks couple in here because I want you to think about Starbucks, right? You go to Starbucks. How do they make you feel? It's an experience, right? They write your name on the cup. Half the time they spell mine wrong, but whatever, they write your name on the cup. They've got the app. So they're reminding you, hey, you're close to a Starbucks. Come get your coffee. You get the stars, so you feel like you're rewarded. So then you buy a little bit more. And then if you're one of the people that goes inside, right, they've got specialized cups and coffees you can buy inside. It's a whole experience. How can you make an experience for your customers? If I just went into Starbucks and got a plain white cup with some coffee in it, would I pay $7 for it? Probably not, right? But they could charge more, and you keep going back to them because it's an experience. You go to McDonald's and get a cup of coffee and tell me if you get the same experience. Okay, even if you're not a Starbucks lover, seriously, there's a whole movement around it, right? They make you want to stay a customer. So as we go through these, because we're about to get into the nitty gritty, think about that. So these are the 9 different ways. I'm checking my spelling. Monetization. Spelling is, look, I got Grammarly and everything, and I always still have a typo. Anywho, these are 9 different examples, but I'm telling you, you could have 20 different monetization. You could do masterclasses or masterminds, books. I mean, you name it. There's a lot of ways here. So subscriptions. Subscriptions are a really good monetization stream because you're looking at reoccurring revenue, right? Can you imagine if you had 100 people on a subscription, right? If it's a $50 subscription a month, boom, right? So imagine reoccurring revenue you can count on. What is something that you can do as a subscription? Now, I currently don't have technically a subscription anymore. Of course, my club is a monthly mentorship membership program. So that is a monthly reoccurring expense, or not expense, investment. But ultimately, what is a subscription you could create? I used to have a done for you content subscription where every single month I would send people 30 days worth of content, prompts, hooks, everything. And I retired it just because I got more into my programs and my coaching, but it may be on my 2025 list. Who knows? VIP experiences, right? So again, some people do retreats, some people do masterminds. I actually do what's called VIP intensives. I have not done them in probably a year because, like I said, this year I've really been focused on the academy and the club and revamping those. They may or may not be coming back, so stay tuned. But when I did VIP intensives, it was a 4-hour day, or I did 6 hours at one point, and I think they were a little too long, but where we would dive into your business. So it was meant for that person that is like, I'm done trying to figure this out. I just want to get it done in a day. Like, what? Let's do it. And so when I did VIP intensives with previous clients, one client, we built her entire product suite. We wrote all of her landing page copy, all of her email, like all of it was done in a day for the whole year, like the whole year done in a day. I had another student who came in and content was just one of those things that she hated. So we wrote all of her content for the whole year in one day. But that it's the same customer that would be in my club or would be in my academy, but they're that person that's like, I just want to get the result quick, right? Digital products. So courses, guides, workbooks, ebooks, templates. You know what a digital product is. I don't need to, but ultimately they need to be for that same person. Coaching, right? So maybe you do one-on-one. I do one-on-one strategy sessions. I have some students that are one-on-one. They have packages. So they bought 6 one-on-one calls or 10 one-on-one calls at a time. So maybe you're coaching in that space. But again, we're coaching the same person. Affiliate. So you can either have your own affiliate program, I do, or you could be an affiliate for subscriptions or products that your ideal customer is interested in. Don't be a mindset coach and go have affiliate, links for, shoes like that. What? That's why your audience is confused. It has to make sense for them, right? And I'll tell you, just because I know my audience, part of the way you're presenting it is why people are confused. So the perfect example I can think of, and not everyone in my audience sells MRR, and not everyone in my audience is in the wealth niche, but one of the most common issues I see is that in most of your content, you're speaking to the beginner. You're like, hey, if you want to learn how to make money online, this course is for you. And then your next reel or your next TikTok is like, here's 5 reasons your content sucks. Well, she doesn't care if her content sucks. She hasn't even started. So there's a huge disconnect, right? Same thing with your offers. They have to be threaded together to make sense. Programs. So this would be like my academy, my club. These are group coaching programs. Events. So masterclasses, workshops, even in-person events, and then even physical products. And like I said, in that income multiplier masterclass, I really break these down like ideas for each step for you. And I'm going to give you a couple examples here in a second, but physical products. So maybe I go write a book about top 10 things you need to know as an entrepreneur getting started, right? Maybe I go write a book. It's a physical product. Maybe I'm a fitness coach and I realize a lot of women are struggling with getting their water in. So I decide to, start an Amazon storefront with water bottles. But it's still speaking to the same customer, right? It's a complementary product to my ideal client. So this is where most are messed up, is because they're not able to connect these. So let's look at some examples, okay? So meet Sarah. Sarah is a determined, busy mompreneur. She's making about $2,000 a month right now. She started an online business selling digital products. So she sells templates, worksheets, all things. She's got a basic understanding of social media, but she's struggling to turn engagement into consistent sales. So right now she is like frustrated, right? She's making money, but she's constantly living in the DMs, creating new content. She's burnt out. She has no systems. She is the system, right? She wants to reach 5-figure months and establish herself as an authority in her niche. She's like, I'm ready to get systems in place, automation in place, so I can, she's a mom, so I can have more time with my kids. She needs guidance on her strategy. Right now, she's creating new content every day. So she's spending a lot of time scrolling for ideas. She needs automation because she's responding to everybody one by one by one by one, and building a community without overwhelming herself. So right now, part of the reason she's struggling to turn the engagement into consistent sales is because she has no strategy for community, right? Everybody's kind of random in her DMs. So I told you guys I was going to use my programs as examples because I want you to see how I would do this. So because Sarah is already making money, more than likely she knows who she's speaking to. She knows her ideal client. Her content must be good enough if she's making $2,000 a month. It's more about systems and workflows and buyer's journey for her. Because right now what's happening is people come in, they buy, but then she has no automation, no retargeting, no email workflows, any kind of system to get them to come back and buy again, right? So that's why every month she feels like she's starting over from zero, because she is. She has no nurture workflows, no way to nurture her community. So if I was in the DMs with Sarah, I would say, hey, you're already making money. It really sounds like a system issue. We need to get rinse and repeat strategy put in place for you. That automation, those workflows, and we'll look at how we can lead your customers through that sales process to build that community for you. So my recommendation would be the academy. And I tell her a little bit about the academy or whatever, right? So maybe Sarah says, okay, I don't know that I'm ready for the academy yet. She's got some money mindset. She's like, I don't know, I'm scared, I'm nervous. And I'd say, you know what? How about we do this? How about we start in the club, my monthly mentorship membership program? That's going to really help you with that content strategy. And I would actually recommend that we do a one-on-one call to see exactly what you need to focus on first. So she and I would have a one-on-one call. We get really clear on her strategy. And then now she's going to be in the club to get assistance with that content strategy. Now we know she still needs help with automation, and we know that she still needs to build that community. So on that one-on-one call, that's what we'd really focus on. This needs to be how you're going to automate. This needs to be what you do, right? So on that one-on-one call, she's like, okay, well, I don't know what system to use, right? I've heard of ManyChat. I've heard of My Genius Leads. I've heard of something called Active Campaign. I'd say, look, these are what I recommend. And I give her my affiliate links and say, I recommend you use ManyChat for DM automation, Brand Builder AI for your CRM and your emails. Okay. All right, cool. And then when we go into the club, she's in the club, she's doing good, and she makes a comment in the community and says, you know what? I have realized I don't have a lead magnet. Everything that I've been doing has been from my reels. I need a lead magnet. That's where I'd say, oh, actually, I have a PLR shop. Introduce digital products to her, right? And then as she's in the club, she's like, you know what? I'm struggling to get a hold of my time. That's the problem. The kids are running around. I'm trying to build my automation. I'm trying to build my workflows. My kids are everywhere, and I just can't seem to get anything done. So I introduce her into the Powerhouse Productivity Workshop, right? And then, woohoo, she's got all these results, and she says, you know what? I'm ready. I love you, Elise. Let's work together. And she joins the academy. But they're all for her. They're not for 18 different people. They're all for her, right? And I have 1,000 offers, right? If she came to me and said, okay, I really want to have the biggest Black Friday ever, I'd talk to her about Slay Your Business, right? And when I'm using these examples and I'm saying I'd talk to her about this, I'd talk to her about that. Yes, I do have conversations with people in the DMs every day. But again, we want to automate this, right? As much as we can. So in all of my courses, I have affiliate links. In all of my back office, I have information on how to book a one-on-one with me, my PLR product shop, right? This is where the magic happens. Sarah would be my customer for life because I'm serving her. I'm not just selling her crap she doesn't need. Let's look at another example. So this is James. James is a passionate mindset coach. He's got no sales yet. He's struggling. He has expertise in helping people overcome self-doubt and build confidence. He just left his corporate job to pursue his full-time business. And he's excited, but he's struggling to get clients. He's in that beginner phase of like, I don't know what to do first, right? He wants to build a client base, consistently make sales to turn his passion from coaching into a sustainable business. He's got a very small social media following, and he lacks very clear brand presence. So right now his profiles are all just pictures of his dog and stuff like that, right? And he's overwhelmed by the business side. He's like, look, I know I can help people with this, but I'm so overwhelmed with being an entrepreneur. So my first recommendation to him, right? I'd say, okay, what is your biggest struggle? And he'd say, right now, honestly, I think that I just don't know what to prioritize. So, okay, let's get a one-on-one session call. Let's get on a one-on-one and let's map this out for you. Because I could throw him in the club. I could throw him in a course. But if he don't know where to start, then he's going to get into those programs and he's going to be overwhelmed even more, right? Let's get on a one-on-one session. Let's get super clear on your business. Because right now, you know what you can help people with, but you have no business strategy. So on that one-on-one call, we talk, right? We're chatting. And I'd say, okay, tell me about your lead magnet. Wait, what is that? He's clueless. He has no idea. It's okay, here's a link to my PLR product shop. Go get you a template. Let's make you a really good lead magnet. Okay. Then we're walking through and I'd say, tell me a little bit about your brand. What's your vibe? What's your content style? Well, I haven't even made any content yet. What? I'm like eyes lit up, right? So I'd say, okay, we need to learn about content. But before we can learn about content, we really need to get clear on your ideal client. So I'm going to recommend that you jump in the club because in the club, I have around your ideal client. We're going to get super clear on that. And then I also do content planning sessions in the club. So you're going to learn how to make content. Perfect. Okay. So he's in the club. We're talking. You guys get where I'm going with this? Like it's the same guy, right? It's the same guy. And then it just, I could spend hours walking you guys through how I would do this, but it's about serving your customer through their whole journey. It has to make sense for them. This is how you make a lot of sales with integrity, okay? Not just being clickbaity, and have long-term sustainable business. This, because I could go make a lot of sales today, and then at the end of the month or the beginning of next month, start back at zero. This is how you ensure your business is around for a long time, okay? Serving your customers at every stage of the journey. I'll give you one more quick example. Emma, she is a growing health coach. She's ready to scale. She's already making, oh, I got a typo up there. She's already making $7,000 a month, okay? From one-on-one coaching and small group program. So she's already got a pretty good business. She wants to scale her business. She wants to make more money without working more hours, okay? And she wants to start having some more passive income streams. She's maxed out on her one-on-one client time. She has no scalable systems. Everything's very manual. She needs a strategy, okay? She needs a strategy on how she can monetize in multiple ways, making sure this is still connected. Okay, perfect. So for her, she's already making $7,000 a month. So I would tell her, hey, look, you are perfect to jump in the academy. I'm going to teach you how to build those income streams. I'm going to teach you how to build those systems, how to rinse and repeat that content so you're not constantly creating new content. Okay, so let's go ahead and get you in the academy. In the academy, she and I, my academy students get one-on-one calls with me. We'd have our one-on-one, and I'm like, all right, we need to build automations. These are the automations I recommend. And I give her my affiliate links. And not only do I just drop my affiliate links, but my academy, I also have trainings on how to set these up, right? I support that. I'd say we need to look at having some digital products. You need some additional things to sell that don't take more time. Check out my PLR product shop, get a couple templates, and let's build you a couple digital products that you can sell. Okay? So she's in the academy a couple months, and she's like, all right, things are going good, but I really need to build out my entire product suite. I need to look at how I can get to $15,000 a month. And I said, look, let's have a VIP day and really look at how we can get every phase of this. Let's build that together, right? So again, it's not about new offers all the time. It's about serving that same person at every single phase, okay? So you have to shift from sales to solutions in order to do this, okay? Right now, so many are focused on just the sale. An educator doesn't just sell courses. They promote each as a solution for a specific challenge. Like Powerhouse Productivity Workshop. My workshop is about improving productivity, right? Honing in on your skills. My step-by-step branding course, it's specifically about branding, right? My Slay Your Business, specifically about holidays. There is no one size fits all. It's about solutions, okay? Not just sales. A bad example would be if I presented every offer as a product. You need this. You need this. You need this. My new product. Nobody gives a shit, right? They care about what they're going to learn from it. So you've got to connect it to your specific customer's needs, okay? That's the only way you're going to do this, is shifting from sales to solutions. So you need a new mindset, right? A new mindset. A coach curates a suite of offers, fulfilling different needs on their client's journey. I just showed you very specific examples of how I do that, okay? And not only does my customer feel like, okay, that's awesome, thank you, and they get results from working with me, but it also shows them I'm invested in their growth. Because if they came to me and said, well, I'm really struggling with this, and I said, well, I can't help you with that. Bye. Like, already got my sale from you. Bye. That doesn't make my customers feel valued. That doesn't provide that experience we talked about, right? So again, a bad example is you're lacking cohesion between your offers. So your clients don't know your brand's overall purpose. They don't know their journey. All right, I'm just making sure we're still connected on TikTok. So really important that you understand how to build out this client journey. And for those of you that went through the Social Success Challenge, I'm going to say it again. You guys are probably like, oh my God, she beat this into us, right? So I want you to do a little exercise with me. How will you diversify? I want you to write down 3 new ways you could serve your audience with diversified offers. And then not only what are those ways, but how are these going to change your impact? And I'll tell you, one of the things you need to be doing more as a business owner, because there is no such thing as doing too much of this, is listening. As my grandma would say, that's why you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. You need to listen, right? So if you're reading your comments, you're reading your DMs, you're seeing what your audience is saying, what they're struggling with, this should be a no-brainer. A no-brainer. You should know what your client wants. You should know what they're struggling with. And if you don't, maybe you're not getting any engagement right now, then you need to be in the club. I'm just going to say that. You need to work on your content, because if your content's not getting feedback, then there's a reason. There's a disconnect. There's a disconnect. Okay? But your ideal clients, your customers will tell you what they want. That is why that is where all of my offers come from. When my customers say, hey, I have no strategy, I went and created the challenge. 2 years ago, when people were struggling with Black Friday, they were so overwhelmed, I created the Slay Your Business Intensive, right? In the challenge, I had a ton of people telling me that they're struggling with automation. So we're going to do an automation advantage. Let me see what I call it. FYI, if you didn't know, my entire 2025 is planned out. So the Automation Advantage Challenge is in January. I moved it to January for those of you that I told December. December is going to be, y'all need to spend December with your families. But I didn't just say, oh, let's do this, right? I had so many people telling me that's what they're struggling with. They don't know how to use it. They don't know what to automate. They don't know what systems to use. They're overwhelmed by the options. So I'm going to create it. That is what you have to be listening, okay? So I want you to know how you're going to diversify. So I want you to drop in the comments for me really quick. We're almost done, I promise. I'm running a little behind today, but this is just one of those things that I love talking about, because the possibilities are truly endless. But I want you to drop in the comments one idea you're excited about to reinforce your commitment. At the beginning, I asked you to drop ready, if you were ready to do this, right? Take advantage of this, right? So I want you now to give me one idea in the comments to reinforce your commitment. Because again, you can watch all the trainings in the world, because I'm not the only one you're watching. You're registered for 18 masterclasses you never even went to. I already know. Okay. But I want you to commit to it. I want you to implement what you're learning. So I have 2 quick announcements for you, and then I'm going to drop that slide back up here with the masterclass information for you, the new free masterclass. But I got 2 quick announcements for that, and then I'm going to answer questions, okay? So first and foremost, obviously Black Friday is almost here. If you're not prepared, you're not ready, you don't have a strategy, shame on you. My Slay Your Business Intensive, that's exactly what it's for. So if you need help, I've got something to help you. But our sales are going to start soon. Not going to tell you exactly when, but they are going to start a little bit before Black Friday, because most of you know I travel a lot, and I always travel Thanksgiving week. So I like to run my Black Friday offers for a whole week, just because I'm traveling. Sometimes I don't have Wi-Fi or whatever. So if customers have questions, I want to make sure I give myself enough time to get back to them. But our sales will start soon. My VIP list has already started. Okay. If you decide to, and all it is a wait list. Like, there's no commitment to being a VIP. Okay. It's just you saying you're interested. That's all it is. But if you get on the VIP list, you will actually get the offers emailed to you 12 hours before they go live for everyone else. One of my offers only has 5 spots available. Okay. It's very, very, very limited. So if you're interested, even if you just want to be a fly on the wall and be nosy, I don't care. If you want to be a VIP, you can drop secret on IG or Facebook, or you can DM it to me on IG and TikTok, and we'll get you on the VIP list. Okay, if that's something that tickles your fancy, you want to be first to know, I will tell you, I've got offers up to 95% off. So, and they're all brand new. That was actually a question I had in my in the club last week. Someone asked. All of these offers are brand new. So these are not just going to be discounts on my current courses. These are things that I have intensely listened to that you need, and things that I know, again, that you said would help you in your business. And I've spent almost 2 months creating these. So these are all brand new. They're not going to be something you already own from me. So you may want to know, okay? I'm not a hype marketer. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, you got to get this. But I will say they're all brand new and they're made for my audience, okay? Second announcement really quick, and then I'm going to answer questions. In case you missed either one of these announcements as well, the Slay Your Business Intensive is still available, okay? It lives in my course shop. So if you don't have your Black Friday strategy and you're overwhelmed and you're ready to take advantage of that, making, the holiday season your biggest cash injection, not only your biggest cash injection, but also setting your business up for success in 2025, you can still get that, okay? So if you're on IG or Facebook, you can drop the word slay. If you're on TikTok, you can DM me the word slay on IG, and I'll send you the information about the intensive, all right? If you missed that promo, you missed that big launch we had, it was very successful. We've had a lot of really good testimonials from people that said it just clicked, right? And it's set up for you to go through in one day. So Black Friday's almost here. We got like 2 weeks. You need to start pre-marketing today if you haven't already. So this is definitely something that's time sensitive, okay? And then the last announcement is the affiliate community. So if you missed that announcement or that launch we did as well, we now have a new affiliate program, and you can earn 7 levels deep, okay? In the program, you get a 30% off coupon for your purchases. So you can potentially get 30% off the Slay Your Business Intensive. Some of the Black Friday promos, you could get an additional 30% off. There are some limitations to the coupon. I'm not going to sit here and tell you can get 30% off of everything. Any courses, workshops, bundles, all of that, you cannot use that coupon on mentorship programs. Okay. I don't discount my time. That's just, it is what it is. All right. But if you want information on becoming an affiliate, it's free. I don't charge you to be an affiliate. I'm never going to charge you to be an affiliate. You can DM me on IG or drop the word if you're on IG or Facebook. Awesome. And we'll get you the link to sign up so we can get you a personalized affiliate link. We have tons of resources and stuff you can use to promote as well. So I'm going to pull that slide back up while I answer questions for you. And for those of you that might have hopped on late, there is a brand new masterclass. I was not even going to share this because I did this specifically for a summit, but it ties perfectly into what today's training is. So what the hell? I'm going to give it to you guys. Okay. So let me get all the questions answered. Let's see. What questions do we have? Yeah, top on IG, we've got people claiming ready. They're committed. I love it. I love the commitment. I love seeing the commitment. That is the only way you're ever going to get anything done in your business, is to claim it. Okay. I'm not seeing any questions on Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and turn Facebook. But now, all right, Sarah, we'll give that to you. I'm going to go ahead and turn Facebook and IG off. I'm going to move to TikTok, answer their questions. Last 2 things really quick before I let Facebook and IG go. Again, we have 2 of the business audits left. So if you've ever wanted anyone to look at your business, tell you what you're doing wrong, you could DM me the word help on IG, or if you're on Facebook or IG, you can drop it in the comments and we will get you the link to that. All right. So I will see you guys next week on our live training. Bye, everyone. All right, TikTok, I'm coming to you guys next. One second.